Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a quick little review video of my Manfrini Artisan. Over the last few months it's become my main instrument and my favorite. I got it back in March of this year. It's now June, so I've had it for a couple months now. And I've recorded most of the videos on my channel with it. So if you know, for a proper recording of it with microphones and everything, check out some of the videos on my channel and you'll get a sense of it. But a bunch of you asked me, hey, can you do a little review of your instrument and sort of all the features and how you like it? So here it is. This instrument is made in Italy, in Castelfidardo, in the kind of the world capital of the accordion, I guess, of accordion manufacturing. It is distributed by Robert Rolston in Scotland. He's the person that I contacted, he's the person I communicated with, and he's the one that sort of helped me get it. Now, this is a 96 bass model, 34 keys, 96 basses. It has the body of, for those of you that are European and you're used to the 80 bass models, it's basically the same body size, I think, as an 80 bass accordion. Excuse me. When I was a kid, I had a little 80 bass Weltmeister accordion, and it kind of had the same size. So it's a, it's a compact size accordion. It's really, really light, guys. It's like, I don't know, like 8.5 kilos. A very, very light accordion. Very, very light. And what I love about it the most is obviously the sound. It has sort of premium handmade reeds from Voci Armoniche, okay, from Italy. And I'll show you the reed configurations and all the kind of the bells and whistles that it does. But just looking at the outside of it for now, it has mother of pearl keyboard. Over here on the grill, it has this beautiful design. To me, it looks like a fan. I should ask Robert what kind of the ideas behind this design, what it means, but to me it kind of looks like a little fan, doesn't it? On it there are these little sparkly little shiny diamond things, and see, I have a little light over here, so when I move it kind of sparkles, and it's a very beautiful instrument. Mine is in matte black. The name of it and the model type are painted on, Manfrini and Artisan. What else do I show you? This is a minor point. I guess you can just get whatever straps you want, but the straps it came with are so nice. It just like really makes sense with the accordion, nice leather padded straps, very, very comfortable, very, very comfortable. And it has this back, I don't know if you can see it, this back pad that just clips on and off like that. It's very, very soft. I think it's velvet, I guess. This material is just to protect the bellows and make it very kind of nice and cushiony when you play. Pretty cool. See over here, made in Italy, number 232. That one's mine. The keyboard is just exquisite on this instrument. Just exquisite instrument. When you get a brand new Manfrini, or I guess a used one from Robert, you can have the action of the instrument adjusted. I prefer a little bit of a deeper action, meaning more travel of the keys. And Robert was so kind and so generous with his time, and he adjusted the keyboard to my liking. I think the default for the keyboards is to be slightly shallower. I can't give you measurements because I'm not I don't keep track of that, I don't know. But mine is, I think, like 1 or 2 millimeters deeper than the default. The default is shallower, so kind of depends on what you like, what you prefer. I prefer a little bit of a deeper keyboard. It's kind of what I'm used to. You could say, well, that slows you down. Well, doesn't slow me down. Check out some of my videos. Serves me pretty well. So, amazing, amazing keyboard. This model, oh sorry, just to show you the outside as well. This is the base. It's got these great little kind of metal legs, you know, little feet when you put it down on. Here, you've got these little, I don't know what you call it, these little cuts, these openings in this plate, so that, you know, the bass can resonate more. Mine came with black bellows, but if you get a brand new one, like, okay, if you get a brand new one, everything is customizable, from what I understand. You can get like a regular white keyboard, the color of the body, the color of the bellows, like you can get your name written, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. When I contacted Robert, I didn't get this custom made. It's what he had on hand, so I didn't order this look specifically, but it just like, it's perfect. Look at it, it's so beautiful. If I were to order it custom, I would get the exact same look, because it's just like exactly what I want. I love black bellows. I really love red bellows as well, so maybe in the future I can get like a spare set of red bellows and just switch it out or something. But this is black, and just the look of it is exquisite. Also, the bass buttons are also mother of pearl. Hard to tell on the camera, but they are. I don't think I've ever seen this on another accordion. Yeah, I've seen keyboards that are mother of pearl, but not the bass buttons as well. I mean, maybe there are other accordions like that, I just haven't seen it. So it's really, really nice feature. Very, very beautiful. Just the aesthetics. So that's the outside of it. That's kind of the aesthetic side. Oh, and it obviously comes with a great heart case, flight case. It's in the other room. I should have brought it over to show you, but it's like a standard heart case. It says Manfrini on it. It's pretty nice heart case. Fits very comfortably in there with this nice little velvet cloth you can put on. I don't have a soft case for it. I don't need one. I just throw it in a heart case and put it in a car and go to a gig or go play or something. Okay, so that's the outside. Now let me just put it on and we'll talk about the sound a little bit. So from what I understand, this is sort of like the base model of Manfrini, and mine is LMM configuration. There's no high reed. It's LMM. I play mostly Celtic and other folk music, so for those purposes, it's perfect for what I need it to do. Right. Let's start with the keyboard. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 registers. None of them are doubles, so they're all kind of single unique registers. I'm saying doubles because I know certain accordion models, like the kind of lower end models, you might have your low reed and your middle reed like up here, but then they double it down here, just like, you know, if you're playing over here, so it's easier to switch, so you don't have to jump around. This one doesn't do that. They're all unique registers, and that's perfect. They're what I think of sort of Italian style registers. I mean, obviously it's an Italian instrument, but I've grown up playing Weltmeister accordions, German Weltmeister accordions, and the way the registers are, it's different, like the layout, the design, and the internal mechanism actually. Excuse me, in Weltmeister accordions, the register mechanism is sort of in the middle over here. That's where the register, like, little switches are. But on Italian accordions, at least from the few that I've seen, like Scandali, Paolo Soprani, and my Manfrini, the switches are over here at the end, so these little spokes come up. So, single clarinet reed over there. There's no cassotto in this instrument, okay? There's no acoustic box. That's the single clarinet reed. Excuse me, this is the single bassoon reed. What I love the most about it is that it's so light, it's so responsive. Excuse me. Combine that with the premium quality handmade voci harmonica reeds, and it's just the most quickly speaking, quickly responding instrument. Even the bassoonry, right, like the really big thick reeds, the lowest notes of your accordion, basically on my bassoon reed is down here. That's my lowest note. Look how quick that is, see? Like immediate, like there's no delay, right? It's just an amazing sound. And then my highest note will be up here. That's the clarinet reed. no problem. Even though it's so high, still speaks as quickly as the lowest reed. That's pretty cool. Registers, then I have my Celeste register, or the Violin Register, which is the 2 middle reeds. Mine is tuned sort of on the drier side, and I asked Robert about this. I think it's plus 5 cents tuning. Doesn't mean much to me, but maybe means something to you. That's the tuning I have. But with these accordions, Robert will tune it to your specifications. Whatever you want, whatever kind of music you happen to play, whatever works for your taste, he'll do it. I don't want to speak for him, but I think it's free of charge when he does that. Ask him, don't ask me. I don't deal with this, I just play it. So here's the Celeste, the Violin Register. I love that kind of sound. To me, it works for, you can play classical music on it, but you can also play, obviously, like the Celtic folk stuff that I love doing, right? So, you know, excellent for that, but also things like you know, that kind of stuff. It really works well. There was a French piece. I've played Bach on this thing. Like great, it works. So the dry tuning really works for me. The other register is the bandoneon, which is the L and the M reeds. So perfect sound, eh? Then the master, which is L, M, M, all 3 reeds. That's I use that in a bunch of my videos, so you can go have a listen to that. But very strong, very powerful sound. Excuse me, of the master register. For certain types of Celtic music, it works really well. Sort of like just excellent, very quick, very sharp sound. One thing it doesn't work for me. Maybe other players can make it work, but to me, it just doesn't seem to work for Eastern European folk music. That's the musical tradition I come from. In that musical tradition, the kind of the typical accordion sound is the casotto sound, right? Of the single excuse me, of the clarinet reed or the bassoon reed. This sort of very sweet, gentle casotto sound with all the ornaments. To me, on a non-casotto instrument, doesn't quite work. I mean, it's okay, but it's not the kind of the preferred sound for that kind of music. Or it's better on the bassoon, but the clarinet is just missing that sweetness of the casotto. So, but I mean, I didn't get it for Eastern European folk music, right? So you know, it's not a criticism of the instrument. It's just something I don't use it for. Something it doesn't do very well for me. Maybe you can make it work. Go ahead. So I can't. Anyway, so that's the keyboard. Very fast, very responsive. Check this out. So this is the single clarinet reed. Okay, I'm not going to pull anything in the bass. Just like it's so strong and powerful already without pulling anything. The amazing thing about these reeds, as you probably know if you have an instrument or you've ever played an instrument with handmade reeds, they're so responsive. From the low end, being able to play very, very quiet, to the high end, being able to play very, very loud, and the whole dynamic range in between. It just does it really, really well, right? So very, very gentle. no problem, yeah. It's just very, very quiet. I'm barely touching the bellows, very quiet and gentle. Maybe the microphone doesn't do it justice, but if you're here in the room next to me, it's really, really quiet. Same goes with the bass, I'll show you. Let me just move back away from the microphone a little bit. I'll show you the loudest, yeah? The sound may have clipped a little bit, so sorry about that. I don't know if this is the loudest, but it's pretty loud. And it's very responsive. Doesn't suck up too much air. Oh, check out the compression, by the way. The compression on the accordion, meaning if it holds air. Look, I'm just kind of going to lean this way. See, I'm not pulling anything. Look. Okay, that's on the... oh no, it's on the master register, actually. Check it out. So, look. It doesn't move. Okay, fine, it moves a little bit, but that's normal, right? Look at that. Just perfect compression. Perfect instrument. Now, the bass, let's look at the bass. 2 registers. Mine has 2 registers. Kind of this one, which gives me a very light, gentle chords, which I love so much. This gentle little, like a harmonic blanket that you can just kind of open up underneath a melody. Whoops. Nope. This gentle little accompaniment for ballad tunes, or, you know, even if you're playing something quick but you don't want a heavy bass. And the actual bass notes themselves. Very light, very gentle. It really, the overall balance of the instrument, I mean in terms of sound. You know, musicians, when they talk about their instrument, they say, has good balance, which doesn't mean much. But here, it means a lot, because when I play the clarinet reed and the light register in the bass, it just works together really well. The bass doesn't overpower. I have another accordion, and if I do that, the bass just completely drowns out the melody. So you have to be very careful, and it kind of screws up your playing, right? So I'm going to play both bass and chord. No problem. See? No problem at all. It's very, very delicate. Now, if you want a bit more of a punchy bass, then you go to the other register, which gives you fuller bass notes and full chords. Just compare. Here's the chords first. Here's the bass notes. On this accordion, the lowest note in the bass is A. I don't know if you can have it custom changed to something else if you'd like. Like on my Weltmeisters, the lowest note is an E. And for the kind of stuff I play, that works better. But for this, the A is just great, just what I need. So. That's the heavy register, right? The kind of the full register. Works really well for accompaniment. I don't know. Compare that to the light register. Same thing. Let's do a single clarinet here. Just compare a different sound. both work to me for accompaniment, for jigs, for reels, for waltzes, excuse me, for that, all that kind of stuff. Works really, really well. Mine comes with Sennheiser microphones. I think it's MT04, I think. This is volume control for the keyboard. Sorry, I don't know if you can see, there's a little knob here. This is volume control for the keyboard, and I have volume control for the bass as well. Fantastic microphones, and it plugs in down there. I've done a bunch of gigs with this now, live. Excellent. Zero feedback, and I'm like the guitarist and the fiddler will be very, very close to me in the gig. There's no feedback, it doesn't catch them at all. Very clean, very strong output, very high fidelity sound. On all of the videos that I have on my channel with this instrument, I use the internal microphones. So I'm not going to plug it in now in this video, but just go check out anything on my channel with this instrument, and you're going to get to hear these internal microphones. And I basically don't edit the sound at all. I just put a little bit of reverb, There's no EQ, there's nothing. Doesn't need it. I pan it left and right, touch a reverb, bam, that's it. So you can hear that. I think that's about it. This is my Manfrini Artisan. I'm not going to talk about money and how much it cost me, because that I guess could change by now. You know, prices go up and down, and I live in Canada, so I didn't pay any VAT, but I paid import taxes. So if I tell you the total price that I paid for this, it probably, unless you live in Canada, it wouldn't reflect what it's going to cost you. So send Robert an email. You know, I've been so amazed by Robert and Patrick. Very professional, very quick response to emails, very customer oriented, fantastic customer service. I'm very picky and very annoying to deal with as a musician in what I want, in my kind of specifications and tuning and all that kind of stuff. I'm very, very, very picky. Endless emails I send to this poor man. They're just excellent, excellent, even with annoying customers like me. So I should say, I'm not being paid to do this video. Nobody's giving me money. Nobody asked me to do it. I'm not getting any perks. I just really, really love my Manfrini Artisan. And I just had nothing better to do today on a Sunday morning. So I thought I'll do a little review video of my favorite instrument. Thank you to Robert Rolston and to Patrick Jackman for putting this little thing in my hands. It just does everything I need it to do. So check out their full line of instruments. I'm going to put a link to their main website down below. I'm going to also put Robert's email in the video description, so you guys can just write to him for all your recording needs. They have a whole bunch of other models. They have the Esperto model, which I think comes with a Cassotto. That's the Cassotto model. So if you're interested in that kind of a model, just let them know. Oh, sorry. I just remembered one more thing. I don't think I've seen this on another accordion. There's something about the spacing of the bass buttons that just makes it so comfortable to play. I should measure this against my other Weltmeister model, but I'm pretty sure that these buttons are slightly bigger. Like the actual circumference of the button is actually slightly, just a little bit bigger than the Weltmeister buttons. But they're also spaced out a little bit more. So if you have like short, fat fingers like mine, it's so comfortable to play on the bass buttons. I've never encountered this on another instrument. A good old friend of mine, he has a Scandali Super 6 from the 50s, one of these classic iconic accordions. I don't think his bass does that. I think this is a bit of a modern innovation in Castelfidardo, but it's so comfortable. Like, I don't know if that's actually a thing or I'm just imagining it, but I can tell a difference when I pick up the Weltmeister and I play the bass, then I pick up this little thing and I play the bass. I can tell. This feels like there's a lot more room in the left hand for some reason. I don't know if you guys want me to do measurements. I can measure the action. I can like measure something else if you guys want. But anyway, yes. So this is my little thank you and appreciation to Robert Rolston, and Patrick Jackman at Manfrini Accordions. And this is my little Manfrini Artisan. If there's anything else you guys would like to know, drop me a line. I'll be happy to chat with you. Anyway, thanks a lot. Happy squeezing. Take care.